When was the last time somebody came to you because they felt stuck, discouraged, or maybe they even felt like they were failing? And you looked them straight up in their face and you told them just how incredible they are. Well, I'm guessing it didn't take too long because that's just who you are. You love seeing the best in people and you want to lift them up. You want to pour into them. But, friend, when was the last time you actually did that for yourself? I'm talking, when was the last time you actually gave yourself the same kind of love and encouragement you so freely give to everybody else? Well, listen, I can almost guarantee there is a woman watching this right now who can see everybody else's potential. And yet, when that same lens is flipped right back around to her, suddenly she's blind. Well, today we are going to talk about why that is, but more importantly, what to do about it. So let's get into it. You know what I love about us? Women are just natural encouragers. I mean, we will lift anybody up, okay? We will pour into our kids, our friends, our partner, even our teams at work or in your own business. You see somebody and instantly their full potential is on 100% display. And you have no problem letting them know exactly what you see, even if they can't see it for themselves. And yet, at the same time, it's probably happened at a very early age where you learn that that kind of encouragement that was for you to give to other people, but never to yourself. And if you even thought about it, then that could mean that celebrating yourself made you arrogant. Or if your confidence went too far, then that made you conceited. And you could just never be someone who was seen as self centered because it's like, well, girl, who do you think you are? So we learned so early on that if you celebrated yourself too loudly or too boldly, then it was a question of you thinking that you were better than everybody else. And even though that may not have been the truth, it just meant that you just happen to like yourself and be proud of who you are, but not too much on it though. So we learned that praising other people was accepted and praising yourself was almost wrong. So we just didn't do it because we didn't want to be seen as conceited or arrogant or too full of ourselves. And what that ended up doing is conditioning us to believe that you were worthy of giving praise to everyone around you, except the one person who needed it from you the most, and that is from yourself. So we end up just giving generously, beautifully. And it is really spectacular because honestly, people do need encouragement. And you're so good at it. And it's a beautiful thing to do. But you also need that level of encouragement too. And you shouldn't be exempt from it. And if you are already feeling this in your bones, I want you to grab the main character energy journal prompts because they help you do this exact work. Because, friend, I know what it's like to be fueling everyone else around you while you are running on E. Your tank is on empty, but you constantly find a way to even give your last to everyone that's around you. And friend, I want you to know that there is a turning point, and those journal prompts can help you do exactly that. For me, It showed up at a time when I least expected it. When my mom made her transition to heaven and I had to go back to work. And being in corporate America, it is an extremely high paced, fast paced environment. And when I went back to work after that loss, it was almost like an out of body experience because I felt slow as molasses, friend. Like I could have been just completely standing still and everything was moving around me at ludicrous speed. And being in that environment, you're expected to produce. You are expected to hit deliverables, and no one cares about what you're going through. The world is not slowing down because you are going through something or you went through something. And I just remember feeling so out of place and feeling like I was questioning my own worth and my own value because my mind, listen, grief brain is real. And I could not put things together as quickly as I once did. I remember loving, okay, to have me an email battle. Friend, you know what I'm talking about. You know, those kind where you have to give somebody the business right quick and you love to include all the attachments of where you had already said this very thing. You know what I'm talking about when somebody tries to show that you are not on your game. And yet here you come with the receipts like I said this on January 15th. Exhibit A. Well, friend, I used to be her. I used to be able to keep up with the best of them, honey. But when I came back to work after losing my mom, I just I didn't have that in me. I was fighting for my life. I didn't have the time or the energy or even the capacity to be fighting no other people, okay? But it really caused me to really see myself differently because for the first time, I wasn't in this overproducing, overperforming mode. And I just didn't have it in me. And what I realized, friend, is that this is exactly how we end up getting caught up because we are taught to extend grace to literally everybody except ourselves. If someone else had came to me and told me that they were in the exact same situation, I wouldn't allow them to feel worthless. Absolutely not. Not on my watch. I would have easily went into telling them that their worth is not defined by what they do. It's defined by who they are and what they survived. But yet here I was in that very same situation that I would have easily encouraged someone straight through. And I myself was questioning my worth and my value in the workplace. So, friend, it is such a slippery slope that we end up being on because we've just been so conditioned to love everyone, to encourage everyone, and rarely do the same for ourselves because somehow we think that's someone else's job, but really, whole time, it's been your job all along. And it didn't just stop there, friend, because I even seen it in me being a single mom. I noticed that, obviously being a single mom, there's so much that you have to do. Not only are you doing your job, but you're taking on somebody else's job too. And you're turning yourself literally inside and out, trying to do two jobs all rolled into one. And Anytime my kids were unhappy or hurting or experiencing any kind of discomfort, I instantly went into do mode. I thought if I just did more, then they wouldn't feel any of those things, because as parents, we never want our kids to experience any, even the slightest bit of discomfort or pain. But really, what was underneath that was that I was so busy trying to do everything in my power to make sure that they never felt that loss of not having the other parent around. And literally, friend, I would have done anything in my power to make sure that they never felt that. And it wasn't until my mom made her transition to heaven that I had to really reconcile that, because I finally was able to see myself without hiding behind all of these unrealistic expectations to do my job, they job, everybody job. You know what I mean? Like, for once, I was finally able to really see myself. And in seeing myself, I realized I was already doing my best. I was already doing everything that I knew how to give my kids the best of everything that I could possibly give them. And when I looked at that and realized that it didn't matter what challenges I faced, it didn't matter how hard it was, it did not matter how many sleepless nights or late nights I worked and early mornings I rise just to do it all over again. None of those things mattered, because I always did what had to be done and I was doing my best. So, friend, if you find yourself in that same place, I just want you to know that your best is enough. And I'm not just talking about like you just going through the motions and doing what has to be done. No, I mean really, like really pause and really ask yourself, have I been doing my best? And if you have like really truly been doing your best, honor that, friend. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. That is a wonderful place to operate from. All you have is your best. And if that is what you've been doing this whole entire time, God is proud of you, and you should be too. And if God isn't your jam, feel free to insert your beliefs right here. Because whether it's God, source, universe, whomever it is that you believe in, they are proud of you. And you should be proud of you too. Friend, I really think that that was probably the first time in my life that I genuinely looked at myself and I just felt so much admiration for the woman that I was and everything that I survived. I was so proud of myself, and I'm still proud of me, okay? You know, when Snoop Dogg was accepting that award and he was like, I want to thank me. You know, a lot of people, they still laugh at that. They still think it's funny, but no, that's real talk right there. I want to thank me. And you should want to thank you too, friend. Me going through my single mom season, that was one of the most difficult times of my life. And I still showed up every day. Anytime something came up, I was on point to handle it. I'm still so proud of everything that I accomplished, because I never allowed anything to stop me from giving my best and doing my best. So, If someone happens to think that that's being arrogant or conceited, then they don't understand the amount of work and sacrifice that goes into being able to stand strong on that statement. So I am fully okay if there is anyone who has a disagreement about the way that I showed up, because I know and God knows my heart. I was following his instructions. So as long as he's proud of me and I'm proud of me, that's all that there is to it, okay? And that's the same type of energy you have to have about you, friend. You have to know that you know that you know you did your best, and your best is more than enough. There are a couple of different dynamics that we have talked about today. We have talked about us being these wonderful, beautiful encouragers who see the best in everyone. And we also need to be okay with turning that lens on ourselves and celebrating ourselves for the things that we have been through in this life and overcome, the things that we have achieved in spite of whatever challenges you may have faced. You deserve to be proud of yourself for not only surviving that season, but now standing still today, striving and thriving. Friend, that is a beautiful accomplishment. And you deserve to see your own full potential just as much as you see everyone else's around you. And there is something beautiful to be seen for seeing your own value. Let me say that better. There is something beautiful about being able to see your own value. Because, friend, there are going to be those times when you are in the thick of it, friend, and you might be the only one who can see the value, okay? So do not rob yourself of your own love, your own encouragement. Everything that you so freely hand out to other people, generously, mind you, definitely give that back to yourself. You too deserve to have that kind of love, admiration, and encouragement from yourself. So, just as you can extend grace to other people when they are really going through it, extend that same grace to yourself, friend. Do not leave yourself out of everything that you so beautifully give to everyone else. Okay? Okay. Oh, this was good. Okay, let me give you your journal prompt. Let's see. The value in me that I've been overlooking is, friend, please sit with this one. Let it marinate and let yourself discover what it is that you have been overlooking in your own self, friend, because you deserve to be seen. You deserve to be celebrated, loved, and encouraged, friend. You deserve all of that from you. Mm, mm. And if you are so brave, go ahead and fill me in on one of the things that you discovered when you were journaling on that prompt. I cannot wait to connect with you and support you in the comments. And don't forget, friend, I love me so much, I don't play about me. And if you hang around with me long enough, you will not play about you either. Okay? Okay. I'll see you tomorrow in the next video.